Hi guys, welcome back to the Small Bound Workshop. Hope you're all well. So it's just a good time to have a break while the Aston Villa filler is going off. Once this filler's gone off, I can give everything a good sand. I can fit these two rear stiffeners and I can cut the feet to the right length, and then Lynn can take it away to her little paint department whilst I start to make the doors. I don't know whether some of you guys noticed that in the last video it ended quite abruptly, and the reason being is I had a little bit of a problem with a car on Friday. We took it to the garage because there was a light showing. As we rolled into the garage, the whole thing just shut down and stopped, so we had to leave it there and phone a friend to bring us back. So I've been without a car for the last couple of days. Today I cycled down to the local airport, which is where the car rental places are, and picked a rental up for the next couple of days. We've got a couple of important appointments that's been in the diary for months, one of them since about October, medical appointment that we need to go to tomorrow, so we needed the hire car. The fact I've got no car, a little bit short on materials, and also needed to go and get the car has sort of wiped away most of the weekend. My normal process of making these YouTube videos is to do something in the day and film it, and then during the evening just edit it, and then over multiple days as I make these videos I just keep adding on and adding on to the video. And I got to the point on Friday night where I knew I weren't going to be able to finish this and get it to the point where I wanted it to be painted and fitted. So I decided I'd release the video because this now is probably going to be set me back a week or so. So hopefully by the end of this video it'll be finished, but it certainly wasn't going to be finished by the end of last video, which brings home an important part. Living very rural as we do here in France, the nearest hospital is quite a long way away. Not only didn't we have the car for tomorrow's rendezvous, should anything have happened to me working in here or indeed around the garden and you needed to get to the hospital quickly, without a car you're really a little bit snookered. So I just kind of held off doing things in here until now I've got the car. So that's why we had a real abrupt ending on the end of last video. So far this build stands me at €37. Now it's €37 plus the stuff that I had around that I've used. Probably with the price of that tongue and groove board I bought the other day, probably in terms of material I've used, probably about €50 worth of material. These things are currently on sale in my local DIY shop at €1,098. So at the moment I spent a fraction of the price on building this than I would have done if I'd have bought it. What it looked like when it's finished is another matter. But whilst I've got the hire car, I'm just pushing on with this build. So the unit is now together. Lynn's painted it this afternoon. I'm going to fit it tomorrow, and whilst the paint's drying for the rest of the day, I've just been getting the stock ready for the doors and doing as much as I can. So I can't get a proper measurement for the doors until I can actually get the tape measure in the dry paint. I don't want to smudge the paint all over, so in the morning I'll measure these. So tomorrow I'm going to fit the unit, so the frame will be fitted and the sink will be on the top and operational. And then I've got a couple of things to do. I've got to make that lower shelf, then I've got to make the doors. So I'll plane the door timber down, get a proper measurement tomorrow, cut the rails to the exact length that I need them, and then put them through the router with a groove on for the panel. And then on the end of the rails, I'm going to put a little stub tenon on with my router sled. Not used that for a while, so it'd be nice just to have a little play with that. It's Friday night now. By the end of this weekend, Sunday, I might be finished. And you know what that means, don't you? I can get back onto the workshop build. So I'm going to call that it for tonight, because there isn't really now anything else I can do until that paint dries. Oh. Turning over at night. So we've had a productive morning. The unit is fixed in position. I've amended some of the plumbing so when I drop the sink on, it all connects. I can't do that until the filler in the wall has dried. I said a few weeks ago I needed to do some more dry lining. When I put the sink in a few weeks ago in its temporary position, it was before we dry lined the bathroom. So when I took the sink out today, there's a little bit of dry lining to do around the periphery of it. And also there was a couple of snags that I alluded to. So I've now filled them with drywall filler. Just let that go off for the rest of the afternoon. Hopefully this evening I can give it a light sand down, and then I can emulsion the wall around where the sink's going, and also the little snags. So for this afternoon I'm going to try and get the doors made and glued up, and then I can leave them overnight in the clamps. Tomorrow sand them, fit the hinges in the back, and also try and get this bottom shelf made and glued so it can rest overnight as well. And then tomorrow hopefully I can get the project finished. There's still a couple of little bits and pieces in the bathroom to do, some edge beading and things like that, which I won't bore you guys with, and then the bathroom will be totally finished, so hopefully it'll be done soon. Now I have in my hand a piece of paper that signifies the size of my doors. So right, let's get on and make these doors. I need to first of all cut the timber that I planed yesterday to length for the size of the door, to leave a little 10mm stub tenon on the end, and then I can router it all, cut a panel, router the panel to sit in the grooves, and then glue the whole thing together. Now I'm going to groove the panel out with a 6mm grooving cutter, but what I'm going to do is just set it slightly offset and then run it through twice. So basically it'll just put the slot straight in the center of the piece, and then I can do the same with my stub tenons. I can put them on my coping sledge and just cut them, turn them, cut them, so I know that the groove and the tenon is slap bang in the middle of the door. Okay, so I just came across a little itch whilst I was putting them hinges in. I've screwed the first hinge into the door, and of course it's recessed in the thickness of a standard cabinet. And I thought, I don't have the thickness of a standard cabinet because I'm fitting the doors inside rather than on the face. So I ransacked the Small Bound Workshop stores. I don't have any hinges like that, but I found a way to make them work, and it's just to put an 1x3 bearer down the two sides to fix the hinges on and then let the doors close in to them. So I've overcome it. Of course, the other option was to go and get a pair of hinges or two pair of hinges, but I no longer have the car. The hire car's gone, and my car has been diagnosed and it's back on Friday. Today's Sunday. So I'm not going to go and get some more hinges. I'll just put the 3B1 bearer on. The only downside to that is it's a little bit more work for the paint department. But hey, that's construction for you. We do what we do and let someone else worry about the other stuff. So I'll make these 2-inch-by-3 bearers, get the other door on, get them fitted, give them the final sanding. There's a little bit of filler in them where the knots are. Then I can hand them over to the paint department. And then I just have to make the bottom shelf. Now I don't have enough timber to make the bottom shelf, so I either wait till the end of the week and go and get some, or I've got that old desk that I pulled out about 3 weeks ago, so I'm hoping from that desktop which has just stood here that I can salvage enough timber to make that under shelf. So let's see. If not, I'll have to wait till the end of the week, but if I can, I want to get the project done today. It's been going on too long now. I don't want to get back on the workshop building here. So hopefully the last montage of the video will fit these doors, let Lynn paint them, make the bottom shelf, then hopefully in a few minutes time, in your time, rest of the day in my time, the video will be done. Right, let's get going.